Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Very good. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel. If you're here, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe below. Enable notifications by clicking the bell and like the video. We're here thanks to Pix do Milhão, and remember, you can win prizes every week, man. It's a benefits club. You buy points and exchange them for products and experiences too, okay? So that's what you have there. You also have the chance to win prizes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, plus instant prizes of up to 20,000 reais. At Raspball, winnings are paid to your account by Pix. Today, it's 100,000. Tonight, a little before the Flamengo game, we have a lot of information to share with you. We had Bola, very important person bringing it. Michael had already made up his mind and was leaving Flamengo. He had even said his goodbyes at Flamengo. We're going to talk about that here. We also have Mais Cabello here with impressive discounts this past Black Friday, but it's still going on. You can get up to 60% off, free evaluation. There's a link in the pinned comment for you to get your free evaluation. And remember, there's a Mais Cabello near you all over Brazil. Look, yeah, man, the Flamengo fans are really upset here, right? I just did some investigating, especially because a lot of news and a lot of things come out when things start to end. When the season is coming to an end, the Club World Cup is coming up, Flamengo is going to compete and all that. But in general, there's nothing to talk about with the teams, right? People start inventing scenarios. Michael and other players are rumored to possibly leave Flamengo. But then Bola Vape brought some news, and I went to check it out myself, and it's not true. Okay, guys, that's the information that came out on Bola Vape, by the way. Look, I'm talking to the players' staff here, okay? I have here the statement from the players' staff. Talking to the people who represent Michael, Felipe Luis decides to let go of Flamengo's attacking duo, right? Michael and Cebolinha are already saying goodbye to the squad. Just kidding. Flamengo will try to renew with Cebolinha. That's not true. That information is not true. Okay. So we have the article here talking about it. Take a look. Michael's departure is important news. According to exclusive information from Bola Vipe, the player has already said his goodbyes to the group internally because that's it, man, knowing that he's no longer part of the plans for the future. He is expected to be transferred during the transfer window. How can someone who is expected to be transferred have already said goodbye? The player is focused for the final stretch and might play. It has nothing to do with it, right? They also talk about Cebolinha, and what I know about Cebolinha is that there's nothing going on with him either. Cebolinha, Flamengo will keep him through the season and try to renew his contract. They don't want to lose Cebolinha. Look at Michael's staff. Here's another one we're bringing to you in real time. Always another important piece of information. Both Flamengo's management and Michael's staff deny that the player has already said goodbye or that any deal has been finalized. Michael's staff says the following: fake news. The focus now is on winning titles and working hard so that together we can achieve our goals. Fake news. You wrote it pretty big here, right? The Flamengo board, the one connected to the director I spoke with, said there's nothing like that, that Flamengo hasn't made any final decisions yet regarding departures and arrivals, and that they're counting on Michael until the end of the season, and there's nothing about him having said goodbye. They're still counting on the player for the Intercontinental Cup and need the whole squad, so there's no question of the player having said goodbye. So that's news that isn't true, all right? We're bringing this information here because a lot of people end up spreading it around, and we think it's better to bring our own well-checked version of the facts, all right? And we have a lot to talk about here as well. Flamengo is looking for, that's right, it's a fact. Flamengo is looking for a defender, and there are two names here that Lemos Santos, Bruno Lemos brought here and told me, look, Gabriel, let's listen here. Check this out. Let's hear from our friend Bruno Lemos.
You're going to get some information here now, okay?
Two Mirasol defenders. According to him, an agent is mediating the possibility of making an offer. Actually, guys, it's not that he's going already, right, to Flamengo. Two Mirasol defenders, another João. Starters from Mirasol. Should we watch those two defenders, Juan Vitor and James? So look at Mirasol, a player who's 1 meter 88, right? João Vitor, the defender, is 28 years old, okay? The other one is 1 meter 87, also 25 years old. Flamengo will likely choose to sign number 3, James, if they need someone, unless they think it's better because of the position to sign João Vitor. But James is younger, only 25, and does more. He's more in that Flamengo signing profile, right? In this case, James fits the profile more than João Vitor, okay? But both players, according to our friend Bruno Lemos, right? He works there with Mauro Santana. Flamengo is interested in both players, and it's more than just interest, right? There's an agent who's acting as a bridge for the possibility of negotiating with Flamengo. Flamengo, which likes to sign players like this from São Paulo teams, signed Leo Ortiz from Bragantino, signed Fabrício Bruno, and could sign more as well now. So players from Mirasol, which had an excellent Brazilian championship, is Flamengo's last opponent in the competition. And I think you can, yes, find good players coming from Mirasol. Look, only Flamengo can reach it. I'll get back to the transfer market in a moment. Flamengo can reach it, a historic achievement for Brazilian football, okay? If Flamengo beats Ceará this Wednesday, or if Palmeiras has a bad result and they draw or lose, but Palmeiras also doesn't win, the Red-Black Nation will be able to celebrate a historic achievement. The club will be Brazil's first team to win the Libertadores, Brasileirão, Copa do Brasil, Supercopa, and State Championship at the same time. Can you handle it? Right after that, win the Derby of the Americas, the Challenger Cup, and the Intercontinental, and then also the new Super Cup and the Recopa. So Flamengo achieving that, it's a hegemony of South American soccer and maybe even worldwide. And Flamengo, the main point is that if another team won, many would say, we did it, we got the quintuple crown. Because it's Flamengo. People say the Brazil Cup final is coming, but it hasn't happened yet. Flamengo remains the current champion. That's it. For me, Flamengo winning today is like a quintuple crown. Who agrees with me? Quintuple crown, 5 titles in 1 year. The Brazil Cup is still ongoing. Flamengo remains the Brazil Cup champion and can still use the PET if desired. Flamengo is the reigning champion of the Brazil Cup, Carioca, Libertadores, and Super Cup, and may win the Brazilian Championship too. Is that right? So that's some impressive dominance, right? Which reinforces Mango's dominance this season and adds another remarkable chapter to the club's history. And we're here to bring you an important situation. There's the transfer market, and also South American Football Confederation and other profiles are posting a new angle of the nutmeg that Andres Pereira took. It's impressive, man, the quality of the image. Look at this. I take a look at the pen Andres Pereira took. He keeps looking. Don't bring a fork, it's soup. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad, stop. He keeps trying to get the ball and gets dribbled again. And look, he ends up all crooked. And he gives up on the play. Typical of him, Pitico. So Flamengo, as you know, has an important game today. Man, I brought this up just to talk to you. I don't know if you guys saw it. Flamengo already posted the Libertadores Cup at Indrobu. So I took the opportunity to post it to show you guys that we had this. I made a post here talking about São Paulo fans. The banner, look, Palmeiras champion banner, Palmeiras triple champion banner. Look at that. Do you see there the triple champion banner of Palmeiras? If you know any fans, send them this video, send a link. If they're Palmeiras fans, ask them if they lost their banner at the stadium, because we found a bunch of Palmeiras triple champion banners here. The guys left them behind. They probably want that banner back, right? Man, we need to find out about that. Look, only Matias Vinha is attracting interest from foreign clubs, right? The opportunities at Flamengo are few. According to Bruno Lemos as well, he was once again left out of the squad list for today's match. Due to his frequent absences, the left back has drawn interest from Brazilian clubs and those abroad. It's European football raising the likelihood of leaving, but he wants to stay at Flamengo, not go, okay? Matias Vinha wants to stay at Flamengo, but he wasn't included in the squad again, right? In the Brasileirão, he has been left out of several games in a row, and we feel sad about that. That's how it is. Here's Flamengo's schedule for today. Lunch was at noon, a heavy snack at 5:15 post-meridium left for the stadium. At 6:10 post-meridium expected at Maracanã by 7:40 post-meridium, and Flamengo vs. Ceará at 9:30 post-meridium. I'll bring you the information here for those who didn't see the game details earlier, okay? I'll also bring a bit more transfer market news before we talk about the game. Flamengo has made progress in the possibility of signing Gabriel Brazão, the goalkeeper from Santos, right? Globo Esporte reports that with Matheus Cunha leaving, Flamengo is targeting Gabriel Brazão and will resume talks after the Brasileirão ends. Flamengo is confident in reaching a deal and already knows the goalkeeper's financial demands, having reached an agreement with him earlier this year. The only thing holding it back was Santos' refusal to let him go, okay? Santos lowered their asking price and is open to talks, projecting a deal between 10 and 12 million euros. Although they still consider the release clause high and don't initially intend to lose the player, but we already know how this ends, right? When Flamengo comes in to sign, Flamengo is huge. We still have Flamengo competing with Bahia here, right? Is it okay to sign goalkeeper Pedro Morisco? So there's Gabriel Brazão and the other goalkeeper Flamengo is interested in, right? It could be either of them joining Mengão. Bahia and Flamengo are both interested in signing Coritiba goalkeeper Pedro Morisco. Last week, agent Andre Curi was in Curitiba to negotiate with the Coxa board. Meanwhile, both clubs are making offers that include salaries at least 4 times higher than what the young goalkeeper currently earns at Coritiba. We know how it is, right? When the offer comes in, the amount and everything else, Flamengo matters more. Bahia, Flamengo matters more. Which player doesn't dream of playing for Flamengo? Tell me. That's how it is, right? Look, we have an important situation to bring up here. The Libertadores trophy was damaged at the Tetra party and has also been sent for restoration. So it's already being restored. This is the news brought by Renan Moura that the official South American Football Confederation piece will need restoration. Flamengo will keep the trophy until the 2026 Libertadores and get a replica for the Gavia Museum. Interestingly, in 2012, Corinthians damaged the trophy in the same place and became world champion months later. So another coincidence that I've already mentioned here, but as we're bringing information about the repair of the Libertadores trophy, we're bringing all the information to you. The game is at 9:30 post-meridian, broadcast on television Globo, Premiere, and G Television on YouTube. Flamengo's likely lineup: Rossi, Varela, Danilo, Léo Pereira, Alexandro, Pulgar, Jorginho, Arrascaeta, Plata, or Luiz Araújo, Cebolinha, Carrascal. In this case, it could be Plata, Luiz Araújo, Carrascal, or Cebolinha. Plata or Luiz Araújo could also play on the right, Carrascal, Cebolinha, or Lino on the left with Bruno Henrique up front. That's it. The big question is on the left, where there are 3 strong names. Michael, who we mentioned earlier in the video, isn't even considered as a possibility. Probably Ceará lineup: Bruno Ferreira, Fabiano Souza, Marcos, Victor, Marlon, Nicolas, Dieguinho, Zanochello, Lucas Mugni, Galeano, Fernandinho, Pedro Raul. The coach is Leo Condé. We have the referee Rodrigo José Pereira de Lima from Pernambuco, and the video assistant referee is Emerson de Almeida Ferreira from Minas Gerais. Is that right? So we have this important match, which could be the game that marks Flamengo's Brazilian championship title, Mengão's 8th championship. And to wrap things up, let's check this out. Take a look. Daniel Fonseca, Arrascaeta's agent, got a tattoo in honor of the player. Look here. Check out that youthful energy. Come on, let's see. Let's take a look. Getting the tattoo, look at that. Daniel Fonseca, a Uruguay national team player, also played for Italian teams. And then it almost went to video assistant referee with Arrasca there. Whoa. Hey, Araska, man, his agent got him a tattoo, an Araska on his arm. Look at that. Looks awesome, huh? Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks awesome. Man, he showed off. Look at that. Man, Araskaya too. I'm telling you, this guy is something else. He's pure humility, plays so well. Star player number 10, our idol, our multi-champion. He could reach 17 titles with Flamengo today, along with Bruno Enrique. That's it. Please follow, like, and share everywhere. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell and leave a cool like on the video. Today is the post-game show and could be Mango's championship celebration. Let's go all in. Greetings from Bruno Enrique. This is Flamengo. Thanks.